At 17 years old, Kobe Bryant made a decision that would change his life forever. He skipped college and went straight to the NBA. Many people doubted him. They said he was too young, too inexperienced, not ready. But soon, he proved that he was born to be great. Kobe was not just a basketball player. He was a symbol of hard work, discipline, and never giving up. He inspired millions of people around the world, not only with his skills on the court but with his attitude toward life. His journey was full of challenges, victories, and lessons. This is the story of a boy who dreamed big and worked even harder. The story of a legend. The story of Kobe Bryant. Before we continue, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? We love to see people from all over the world learning English together. Kobe Bryant was born on August 23, 1978, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His father, Joe Bryant, was a professional basketball player in the NBA. From the moment Kobe could walk, he had a basketball in his hands. The game was part of his life. When Kobe was 6 years old, his father moved the family to Italy to continue playing basketball. Living in a new country was not easy. Kobe had to learn a new language, make new friends, and adjust to a different culture. But he found comfort in basketball. While other kids played soccer, Kobe practiced his shots on empty courts. He watched his father play and studied every move. In Italy, Kobe learned more than just basketball. He learned discipline, hard work, and the importance of adapting to challenges. Every summer, he returned to the United States and played in basketball leagues. Even at a young age, he had one goal: to be the best. When Kobe was 13, his family moved back to the U.S. He enrolled at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, where he quickly became a star. He dominated the competition, scoring thousands of points and leading his team to championships. Coaches and scouts started to take notice. By his senior year, he was the best high school player in the country. Colleges wanted him. NBA teams were watching. But Kobe didn't want to wait. Most players his age went to college before trying for the NBA, but Kobe was different. He believed he was ready for the biggest stage. At just 17 years old, he made a bold decision: he would enter the NBA draft. It was a risk. Some people thought he was too young. They said he needed more time to develop. But Kobe was not afraid. He had spent his whole life preparing for this moment. He was ready to prove that nothing was impossible with hard work. In 1996, the NBA held its annual draft. Young players from colleges and international teams hoped to be selected by professional teams. But Kobe Bryant was different. He was a 17-year-old high school kid, skipping college to go straight to the biggest basketball league in the world. The Charlotte Hornets selected Kobe as the 13th overall pick, but he never played for them. Before the season even started, they traded him to the Los Angeles Lakers. It was a historic moment. At the time, very few players had gone directly from high school to the NBA. Kobe was stepping into a world of grown men, stronger, faster, more experienced. He had everything to prove. In his first season, Kobe did not play much. He was young, still learning, and had to fight for every minute on the court. But he never complained. Instead, he trained harder than anyone. He arrived at practice before everyone else and stayed long after they left. He studied his teammates, watched game films, and worked on every detail of his game. Even though he played limited minutes, fans saw flashes of his talent. In 1997, during the NBA All-Star Weekend, Kobe participated in the slam dunk contest. He was the youngest player ever to compete. With confidence, creativity, and power, he won the contest, making it clear he was not just another rookie. He was a future star. That season, Kobe became the youngest player to ever play in an NBA game. The youngest to start a game. The youngest to play in the playoffs. But he was not satisfied. He wanted to be the best. He wanted championships. And soon, he would get them. Kobe Bryant was not just a young star, he was a future legend in the making. As the seasons went by, he improved in every area of the game. His ball handling, shooting, defense, and leadership became stronger. But one thing was missing, a championship. Everything changed when the Lakers brought in Phil Jackson as their coach in 1999. Jackson had already won 6 NBA titles with the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. He knew how to turn talented players into champions. Under his guidance, Kobe and his teammate Shaquille O'Neal became an unstoppable duo. The Lakers dominated the league. Shaq was a dominant force in the paint, overpowering defenders with his size and strength. Kobe was quick, skilled, and fearless, attacking the basket and making impossible shots. Together, they were nearly impossible to stop. In 2000, the Lakers finished the regular season with the best record in the NBA. They advanced to the finals against the Indiana Pacers. Kobe played an important role, especially in Game 4. When Shaq fouled out in overtime, the Lakers needed a leader. Kobe stepped up, scoring key points to secure the victory. The Lakers won the championship, and Kobe, at just 21 years old, had his first NBA ring. But he wasn't done. In 2001, the Lakers were even better. They lost only one game in the entire playoffs, one of the most dominant runs in NBA history. Kobe and Shaq worked together, despite their growing personal differences. In the finals, they faced the Philadelphia 76ers and their superstar Allen Iverson. Kobe took the challenge personally. He played aggressive defense, scored efficiently, and helped lead the Lakers to their second straight title. The next season, in 2002, the Lakers continued their dominance. They swept the New Jersey Nets in the finals, winning their third straight championship. At just 23 years old, Kobe was already a 3-time NBA champion. He had proven himself as one of the best players in the league. But behind the success, there were problems. Kobe and Shaq had different personalities. Shaq was relaxed, joking around, and relied on his size and natural ability. Kobe was intense, disciplined, and always looking to improve. He wanted to practice early, train harder, and push himself beyond limits. He expected the same from his teammates. Shaq, however, did not always share the same work ethic. The tension grew stronger, and by 2004, it became clear they could no longer play together. That year, the Lakers reached the finals again but lost to the Detroit Pistons. It was the end of an era. In the offseason, the Lakers made a decision: Shaq was traded to the Miami Heat. Many people questioned if Kobe could win without him. Some believed Shaq was the true leader of the Lakers' success. Now, Kobe had to prove he could do it on his own. The next few years were difficult. The Lakers struggled to compete, and Kobe had to carry the team. He had legendary performances, including scoring 81 points in a single game against the Toronto Raptors in 2006, the second highest in NBA history. He won the league MVP award in 2008. But championships were still missing. Everything changed when the Lakers traded for Pau Gasol in 2008. With a new star by his side, Kobe finally had the help he needed. The Lakers returned to the finals in 2008 but lost to the Boston Celtics. This loss was painful for Kobe. The Celtics were the Lakers' greatest rivals, and he was determined to get revenge. In 2009, the Lakers made it back to the finals, this time against the Orlando Magic. Kobe dominated, averaging over 32 points per game. He won his fourth championship and was named Finals MVP. He had finally won a title without Shaq. But he still wanted more. In 2010, the Lakers faced the Celtics again in the finals. It was a brutal 7-game series. The Celtics were tough, physical, and determined. The Lakers struggled but never gave up. In Game 7, Kobe had a difficult shooting night, but he found other ways to help the team, grabbing rebounds, making key passes, and playing tough defense. When the final buzzer sounded, the Lakers had won. Kobe had his fifth championship. As he stood on the court, he held up 5 fingers, signaling his 5 rings. This victory meant everything. It was not just about winning, it was about proving that hard work, dedication, and resilience could overcome any challenge. He had done it. He had proven himself. But even with 5 rings, Kobe wasn't finished. His mindset was never about what he had achieved, it was always about what was next. Kobe Bryant was not just a basketball player. He was an obsession, a force of nature, a man who refused to accept limits. His mindset was different from everyone else's. He called it the Mamba Mentality, a way of thinking that demanded total dedication, endless hard work, and complete focus. It was the belief that nothing was impossible if you pushed yourself beyond your limits. While other players practiced for a few hours, Kobe practiced for 6. While others slept, he was in the gym before sunrise. His workouts were legendary. He would wake up at 4 a.m., run drills, lift weights, and practice shots for hours before his teammates even arrived. He believed that if he worked harder than everyone else, no one could stop him. His teammates often told stories about his insane work ethic. One time, during the Olympics, Kobe woke up at 3 a.m. to practice. When his teammate Dwayne Wade arrived at the gym at 7 a.m., Kobe was already sweating. He had been there for 4 hours. Another time, Shaquille O'Neal bet Kobe that he couldn't make a basket left-handed. That night, Kobe stayed in the gym for hours, practicing only with his left hand until it was perfect. His obsession with improvement didn't stop at his skills. Kobe studied every detail of the game. He watched films of his opponents, analyzing their movements, their weaknesses, their habits. He would pause the footage, rewind, watch again and again until he knew exactly what to expect. He didn't just react to the game, he controlled it. He knew where defenders would move before they did. He understood the rhythm of the game like a musician understands music. But the Mamba mentality wasn't just about basketball. It was about life. Kobe believed that no matter what you did, whether you were an athlete, an artist, a businessperson, you had to give everything. He studied great minds in history, from Leonardo da Vinci to Steve Jobs. He wanted to understand greatness in all forms. He learned to speak multiple languages, including Spanish and Italian, so he could communicate with international players and even trash-talk them during games. He read books on leadership, business, and storytelling. He wanted to master not just his sport but his mind. He knew that mental strength was just as important as physical strength. Kobe's commitment to the Mamba mentality showed most in his ability to push through pain. He played through broken fingers, sprained ankles, and deep exhaustion. But his greatest test came in 2013. At 34 years old, in a late-season game against the Golden State Warriors, Kobe drove to the basket and suddenly collapsed. He had torn his Achilles tendon, one of the most serious injuries in sports. Most players would have been carried off the court. But Kobe refused. He got up, limped to the free throw line, and calmly made both shots before walking off. It was a moment that defined him. Even in pain, even knowing that his season was over, he refused to show weakness. He refused to let the game end on someone else's terms. After surgery, he went through months of grueling rehab. Many believed his career was finished. He was older now, and Achilles injuries were hard to recover from. But Kobe didn't listen to doubt. He returned the next season, determined to prove that he still had something left. The Mamba mentality was about never backing down, never giving up, and always pushing yourself beyond what you thought was possible. It was about loving the process, not just the results. Kobe didn't just want to win, he wanted to earn every victory. He wanted to inspire others to do the same. He didn't just inspire basketball players. He inspired athletes, students, professionals, anyone chasing a dream. He showed the world that talent was nothing without effort, that success was earned, not given. His mentality became bigger than basketball. It became a philosophy for life. For Kobe, greatness was never about what he had already done. It was about what came next. His career was nearing its end, but his story was far from over. Kobe Bryant had already proven everything. 5 championships, an MVP award, and countless unforgettable moments had made him one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But Kobe was not someone who lived in the past. He didn't wake up every day thinking about what he had already done, he focused on what he could still achieve. His love for the game, his hunger to improve, and his Mamba mentality kept him going. As he entered the later years of his career, his body started to feel the effects of years of intense competition. He had played through injuries many times before, but now the challenges were bigger. The Achilles injury in 2013 was just the beginning. After months of recovery, Kobe returned to the court, but more injuries followed. He fractured his knee. He tore his shoulder. Each time, he fought to come back, but his body was breaking down. Even as the Lakers struggled, Kobe never stopped giving everything. He mentored younger players, teaching them what it meant to be great. He continued his brutal training routines, even when the results were not the same. His scoring, his movement, his explosiveness, they weren't what they used to be. But his passion remained. By the 2015-16 season, Kobe knew it was time. After 20 years in the NBA, he announced his retirement in a letter titled Dear Basketball. It was not just a simple goodbye. It was a love letter to the game that had given him everything. The world took notice. Fans filled every arena he played in, celebrating his career with standing ovations. Opposing players, many of whom had grown up idolizing him, honored him with respect. Then came April 13, 2016, his final game. The Lakers faced the Utah Jazz, and the entire world was watching. People expected a special moment, but no one could have predicted what happened next. At 37 years old, with a body that had been through so much, Kobe delivered a performance for the ages. He scored 60 points, carrying his team to victory in the final minutes. It was a perfect ending, a final masterpiece, a reminder of why he was one of the greatest to ever play the game. As the game ended, Kobe took the microphone and spoke to the fans one last time. He smiled, looked around, and left them with two words that became legendary: Mamba out. Kobe had finished his journey as a player, but his life was just beginning a new chapter. Retirement did not mean slowing down for Kobe Bryant. He had spent 20 years chasing greatness on the basketball court, but now he was ready for new challenges. He didn't want to just sit back and enjoy the rewards of his career. He wanted to build something bigger, something that would inspire future generations. He focused on storytelling, believing that sports and life were about more than just competition. He wanted to share lessons of hard work, discipline, and resilience with young people. In 2017, he surprised the world by winning an Academy Award for his animated short film Dear Basketball, based on his retirement letter. His ability to transform his emotions into art showed that his creativity was just as powerful as his athleticism. Kobe also dedicated himself to helping young athletes. He founded the Mamba Sports Academy, a training center designed to develop young talent in basketball and other sports. He worked personally with players, sharing his wisdom and training methods. He wanted to pass on the Mamba mentality, teaching kids that success was about more than talent, it was about commitment, focus, and sacrifice. More than anything, Kobe embraced his role as a father. He was deeply involved in the lives of his 4 daughters, especially Gianna, who shared his love for basketball. He coached her team, studied the game with her, and dreamed of seeing her play in the WNBA one day. She had his intensity, his work ethic, and his passion for the game. Watching her grow as a player became his new joy. Kobe's impact extended far beyond basketball. He became a symbol of perseverance, inspiring not only athletes but also musicians, entrepreneurs, and students. His message was clear: no matter what your dream is, attack it with everything you have. The Mamba mentality was not just for sports, it was for life. Kobe had already built an unforgettable legacy. He had achieved greatness on the court, success in storytelling, and admiration as a mentor. But no one could have imagined that his story would come to a sudden, tragic end. On January 26, 2020, the world stopped. News spread that Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others had been in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. At first, many refused to believe it. How could someone so strong, so full of life, be gone? But as the hours passed, the heartbreaking truth became clear: Kobe was no longer with us. Shock and grief spread across the world. Fans gathered outside the Staples Center, the arena where Kobe had created so many unforgettable moments. They brought flowers, jerseys, letters, and messages of love. Some cried. Others simply stood in silence, unable to believe what had happened. The basketball world was devastated. Players who had idolized Kobe, who had studied his every move, now faced the reality that their hero was gone. Tributes poured in from everywhere. The NBA honored Kobe in every game, with teams taking 24-second shot clock violations to recognize his jersey number. The All-Star Game was dedicated to him. His former teammates and rivals spoke about how much he had meant to them, not just as a player, but as a friend, a mentor, and a leader. Beyond basketball, the impact was even greater. Celebrities, politicians, musicians, and everyday people shared their memories of how Kobe had inspired them. Schools and businesses painted murals in his honor. The city of Los Angeles, the place he had called home for 2 decades, mourned as if they had lost a family member. But through the sadness, there was also something powerful: gratitude. People remembered not just how Kobe had died, but how he had lived. His work ethic, his passion, his love for his family, and his desire to inspire others became even more meaningful. His message of hard work and perseverance took on new life, spreading to even more people around the world. Kobe's legacy was never just about basketball. It was about showing the world that dreams are possible if you are willing to work for them. His story did not end with his passing. It continues to live on in every person who chases greatness with the Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant's story is more than just a tale of basketball. It is a story of ambition, resilience, and the power of never giving up. From a young boy in Italy dreaming of the NBA to a 5-time champion and global icon, his journey was proof that success is not given, it is earned through discipline and sacrifice. He taught us that talent alone is not enough. You must work harder than everyone else, push beyond your limits, and refuse to make excuses. He showed that failure is not the end, but a lesson, and that true greatness comes from the willingness to improve every single day. Even though he is no longer with us, his spirit lives on. Every time a young athlete wakes up early to practice, every time someone refuses to quit after a setback, every time a person pushes themselves beyond what they thought was possible, that is Kobe's legacy. The Mamba mentality is a way of life, and it will inspire generations to come. Now, it's your turn. What is your dream? What are you willing to do to achieve it? Kobe Bryant believed that anything is possible with hard work and dedication. Let his story remind you that success is in your hands. If you were inspired by Kobe's story, like this video and comment below, what was your favorite Kobe moment? And don't forget to subscribe so you can keep learning English with more amazing stories. Your journey to greatness starts now.